Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we will be diving into a topic that affects so many people, but it's often misunderstood: social anxiety. I've struggled through it. It's hard, especially if you're working in an office, you're an entrepreneur, you're an artist. We all need to share our thoughts, we need to share our ideas, we need to share our gifts with the world. And if you have social anxiety, it can become really difficult to do that. So, today I'll be sharing with you three powerful ways that can help you overcome social anxiety. These are tried and tested methods that can help you overcome this burden on your shoulders, this thing that is stopping you from expressing yourself. Let's get into it. Number one, shift your focus from yourself to others. One of the core issues with social anxiety is that it makes you hyper aware. You're constantly in your head thinking how others are perceiving you. Instead of keeping focus on other people who you want to interact with, you are lost in your own head, struggling with your thoughts, struggling how I should behave, or analyzing every gesture, every word, every expression of other people. Especially when you're an introvert, you're observing everything, you're noticing everything. So it becomes really hard to overcome this. And it's really exhausting. I've been there, so I understand how it is. So to overcome it, a simple way is to focus less on yourself and more on other people. When you walk into a social setting, be curious to know other people, curious to ask questions. Let me give you a simple trick. I've used it countless times. Whenever you are in a social setting and you want to interact with someone and you're feeling nervous, fearful, all you need to do is come up with a simple question. Just a simple question is enough to start a conversation. You don't have to right away dive into the deep topics. If you vibe with the person, sure, why not? But if you don't, you always have the choice to walk away. So start with a simple question. Be genuinely interested in knowing other people instead of focusing are they perceiving me, or how am I behaving, how am I acting, are my expressions are wrong, is my body language okay? Stop thinking about these things. Instead, you have the power to shift your attention on knowing other people, on figuring out what should I say to start a conversation. And the amazing thing about focusing on other people is that it stops your brain from over-analyzing things, right? Suddenly, it's less about you and more about them. And people feel it. People can feel your vibe. If you're genuinely interested in someone, they will feel it. And they will reciprocate. That's what we want. We want the conversation to flow in a direction where you want to take it. And you have the power to take it. Once you start going, you know yourself. Once you start going, you can take it anywhere. And you have the ideas and things inside your head that can impress people. But the only thing is getting there, getting to that point where it starts flowing. So start with a simple question, focus less on yourself and more on the person who is in front of you. This takes us to the second point. Practice controlled exposure. Look, here's the thing. Your social anxiety is not going to disappear overnight, okay? It takes time. If you've been struggling with it for a very long time, it may take a few weeks, but practicing is the key. Gradually, by exposing yourself to these environments, your brain starts learning. See, here's why. Well, your subconscious mind is constantly taking notes. When you're talking to someone and you're feeling confident, it's taking notes. If you're feeling nervous, it's taking notes. If you go on a date with someone and you're feeling nervous, the next time you meet someone, your subconscious will make sure to recall that experience and make you behave in that way. See, that's how subconscious works. It remembers how you felt in a similar situation last time, and it's going to repeat it. Now, what we need to do is we need to reverse this process. We need to feel confident in order for the subconscious to work positively in our favor the next time we are in a similar situation. So the subconscious is constantly learning. You can rewire it. You rewire it by exposing it to that kind of environments, right? Start small. You don't have to on a stage and give a 2 hour long TED talk. Start small. Talk to a stranger, ask for time. Talk to a barista if you want to. Okay? Just ask them, how's your day? With a smile on your face. Sometimes just asking someone, how's your day? Can make their day. Okay, because who does? Who asks that? No one. By doing this, you are giving your subconscious proofs that you find it effortless to start a conversation with anyone. And the more proof it gathers, the more easy and natural it becomes for you to beat social anxiety, not feel nervous in situations where you're giving a presentation or you're in front of a stage or a room full of people where you need to make small talk. And we all have to face these situations where we need to talk to people, start conversations. And you won't feel nervous when you've practiced it mentally. Another method is you can do mental visualizations. What you can do, you can sit down and imagine, walk through the whole conversations in your head. It's a great practice because imagination and reality, for the mind, there is no difference between these two. It's the same thing. So if you've imagined it in every detail, this is how the conversation is going to be, this is how I'm going to sit, this is how I'm going to talk, this is the kind of tone I'm going to use, then you've already done that in your head. And when you go out there in reality, when you repeat the same thing, the subconscious will be like, okay, we've already done that. It's easy. Let's do it. And that fear that you feel in that moment disappears. And the last one, and the most important one, is reframe your thoughts. You see, my friend, negative self-talk is the biggest culprit of social anxiety. It's the negative self-talk, it's the negative thoughts that constantly run through our heads in a loop, telling us that we are not good enough. You're not smart enough, you're not clever enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not handsome enough to talk to someone. And it holds us back from expressing ourselves, expressing our true selves, expressing or sharing our ideas with other people. Thoughts like, they're going to judge me, or am I dressed well enough for the occasion, or I'm going to embarrass myself. But the good news is that you can take control of your thoughts. Now, how do we do that? Whenever you catch yourself going through the spiral of thoughts, pause in that moment and ask yourself, is this thought really true? Or is it just my imagination? Is it really going to happen? Or I'm just thinking about it? See, the truth is, my friend, it's still in your head. Accept that reality, that it's still in your head. It's not happening in real time. It's happening in your head. And you have the power to change the flow of your thoughts and drag it into a positive direction instead of going into a negative direction. And the truth is, the worst case scenario that we imagine is far less likely to happen in reality. Try replacing these negative thoughts with positive ones, like, even if I mess up, even if I stumble, even if I stammer, nothing's going to change. You're not going to embarrass yourself. Those are people too, just like you, with thoughts and feelings. Okay, they will understand. It's human to make mistakes. People are forgiving. Trust me, my friend. They're not going to judge you. It's you that is judging yourself, not them. And we like vulnerability. We like flawed personalities, don't we? Take example of any movie. The hero is always flawed, right? They are alcoholic. They have anger issues. They have anxiety. They are hyper aware. Things like that. Why do we love flawed characters? Because it's human. It makes them more human. And you are human too. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about if you mess up once or twice. Not everyone is confident. We all make mistakes. It's human to make mistakes. And another truth is that people are more focused on themselves than you. We are all the same. Our minds work the same way. So they are focused on themselves. They are thinking the same things that you are thinking. By challenging and reframing those thoughts, you can teach your mind to be more calm in those situations. You can take back control in any kind of situation that you face in a daily life. There we have it, my friend. 3 powerful ways to beat social anxiety. Shift your focus from yourself to others. Practice controlled exposure. Go out there and talk to people. The more you do it, the more confident you will become. And the third one is reframing your thoughts. Remove all those negative thoughts from your life and focus only on the positive one. Yes, I can. I am good enough. I can start a conversation with anyone confidently. And remember that beating social anxiety is a journey. It takes time, and every little step counts. And without action, nothing happens, nothing moves. So you have to take action. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and share your experiences in the comments. Okay? I'll see you next time. Stay blessed. Goodbye.